There we are.
Happy Monday.
Hello, hello. Hey, can you all hear us better today? Please let us know in comments.
Oh, yeah.
It turns out 2 weeks ago in our last live, somebody, me,
You,
forgot to turn on the microphones in the program.
right?
So you were just hearing us straight out of the computer.
So hopefully this is a little bit better this week.
So please let us know
Yeah.
in Oh, Mama Paula says, sounds good.
Nice. Thank you,
All
Mama.
right. She knows how we should sound.
She's been around long enough. She should know.
Yep. All right, guys. If you have any comments whatsoever about visiting Anchorage, the Anchorage area from Eagle River to Girdwood,
and
please
slightly beyond.
drop your questions down below in comments.
We would love to answer your questions live here.
Yep. And we will get to them again. Oh, yeah. Everyone's saying loud. Neva.
Hey, Neva.
Everyone's saying loud and clear.
Good to hear. Good to hear.
So very nice. Oh, Anchorage. Anchorage.
You know, it's when people talk about Alaska, kind of the first thing that comes to their mind is, oh, Anchorage, it's a big town up there. Well, it is the biggest town.
City.
Yeah, I guess it is a city
It's
in
a
Alaska.
city.
With a population of around, what was it, 300?
No.
100.
It's about 120,
Yeah.
130,000. Give or take. I mean,
yeah.
I'll be honest, I don't know the exact,
Right.
but it is the largest populace.
Mm-hmm.
It is the largest commercial.
Yep.
It is the hustle and bustle of Alaska.
Yeah. You know, if
What's the saying?
Alaska begins outside of Anchorage or something like that.
Just beyond
Anchorage. Yeah. You know, once you get to Anchorage, you're not quite to Alaska yet.
Pretty much. You'll also see that a lot of times in our Facebook group when we're having conversations, I tend to point people away from Anchorage, especially for overnight accommodations. But Anchorage is still a great place to visit. There's tons of things to do. There's cultural museums.
There's still necessary things in Anchorage.
There's the zoo. There's shopping.
Absolutely shopping.
I mean, even us, we have to go to Anchorage every couple of weeks. I mean, usually it's about 6 weeks of a spell before we go back into the city. But it is someplace you do want to etch maybe a little time in. If anything, like I said, for maintenance or shopping.
Well, yeah, shopping, reprovisioning, that's your place. If you got to find some weird thing, more than likely that's where you're going to find it. Some oddball RV part or oddball, I need some wire or some whatever the heck it is. Sorry.
Wow.
You should be able to find it in Anchorage, or they can be able to source it and get it up here for you.
I will also state, and I'm going to just put this out here right in the beginning so I don't forget. If you happen to have something go wrong with your RV and you need repair service, our friends at Go North RV Rental, they have a service center, and they will take care of you. And actually, there is an RVing to Alaska discount on labor, not on parts. You got to pay for your parts.
Yep.
But there is a discount on labor. The code is on our RVing to Alaska Facebook page, website. It's rvingtoalaska.com/discounts.
And it's really nice to be able to take advantage of a service that Go North offers, because they're not a dealer. So they don't put a priority on people who have purchased rigs from them in the past. They put a priority on you. And basically, they'll treat you equally as any other customer that comes into that door. However, you'll still get that 10% discount on labor. So that's always great.
Yep. So there's a benefit of Anchorage. Also, Anchorage has tons of great dining. I mean, you're going to find everything that you can find in the lower 48.
Well, not quite everything.
Well,
but
not
quite
everything.
Quite a few of the chain stores are there.
The chain restaurants. But there's tons of great little mom and pop restaurants. And I recommend you visiting, I believe it's Anchorage.net. That is the visitor bureau from Anchorage. And you can get a free booklet from them, a visitor guide. They do a really great job on their website to let you know what's available
Mhm.
around Anchorage as well as around Anchorage. So
In Anchorage or around Anchorage.
yeah,
Yes,
that's what I
in
meant.
and around.
Thank you. My
I'm trying
mind
to
is going about 10 paces ahead of me,
right.
and sometimes what comes out of my mouth is
Is not
not
quite
what
what
I'm
you meant.
trying to say.
I got you for that one.
But today we're going to talk about Eagle River,
Mhm.
Anchorage, and Girdwood. And if you look on a map, that's basically circling the mountains that Anchorage sits at the base at.
Mhm.
And they call it the Anchorage Bowl.
Yep.
Um, why is it a bowl? Because it's not
It's
really
not
a
really a
bowl. It's a peninsula.
it is a bit peninsula. I'm not sure why they call it a bowl, but they call it an Anchorage bowl for some reason. I haven't looked at that geographically at all yet.
But it what am I sorry.
This is what happens when we go unscripted, guys.
I
And
have to admit, my brain is mush. I've been
yes,
working for 2 weeks now on our other channel, and I barely can keep my thoughts together. So, again, if it will help out if you guys have questions down below, and
just
then that
trigger
will
some thoughts, and
trigger
then
some
we'll get going.
conversations.
Yeah. There really is a lot to do in the Anchorage area, and the Eagle River, especially. The camping up in Eagle River is amazing. There's some really great hikes up there as well.
Let's start at Eklutna because we've
Oh yeah,
been
we've
to
been to
Eklutna.
Eklutna.
Eklutna is just, I would say, about 15 minutes farther
From Eagle River.
from Eagle River
Yeah.
past towards Palmer. In Eklutna, there is a beautiful campground.
Mhm.
It's quite a trek up there in the RV, but any RV
Well, it's
can
not that
make it.
far, 10 miles or so,
Well,
but it's a little.
it's very windy and
Yep.
very uphill.
Yep.
Because the campground is up at a mountain alpine lake, Eklutna Lake,
Mhm.
and it is absolutely gorgeous up there.
Beautiful, big, tall mountains all around you.
We had our camp out up there in 2019, and when it was sweltering hot down in the valley,
Mhm.
up there it was about a 20-degree difference,
It
and
was so nice.
so much cooler. It was like a reprieve from the
Mhm.
heat. So that's something to know too. If it's super hot, that's a great place to
Just getting up in the mountains a
Get-
little bit
get
will
away.
get you away from that heat.
Let's just keep the conversation on campgrounds. Next, there in Eagle River, there is a campground there. A lot of people tend to base out of that campground
Mhm.
if they want to go into Anchorage. I also recommend, like we talked 2 weeks ago, is staying in the valley in Palmer or Wasilla and day tripping
to Anchorage.
into Anchorage.
Yeah.
But the Eagle River campground is gorgeous. I also know it can have some bear activity.
Yep.
So you want to keep your campsite really clean there.
Yeah, well, and because it's right on or near the Eagle River area, the river itself, there's bugs, and the hiking trails could be very full of mosquitoes and all that, but that shouldn't be a deterrent. You should still be able to go out and enjoy it.
That's also a great area for hiking.
Awesome, amazing hiking trails.
There's
up there.
an amazing valley that you can just hike.
Mhm.
Now, I'll be honest, we've never stayed there.
Nope. We're just referring this to from other
From
people's
past
reviews
learning
Yeah.
and reviews. But if you want to be near Anchorage, that would be a great place.
Well, and Eagle River is kind of a bustling little suburb of Anchorage. Quite a few small, unique eateries. And there's a Fred Meyer up there. I think there's a Cars or something like that up there too, a grocery store.
Yep.
And several of your local fast food places and a bunch of local unique places too.
Couple little breweries.
Breweries and all that. So
There
there's
we are talking about beer again.
well, I'll do that. So it's kind of a cool place. There's a lot going on there. We've had a good time. The couple times we've eaten there, so it's been nice.
I'm just looking here at the conversation going on, and Neva has reminded everyone about Moose Tooth Pizza, and that's in Anchorage.
Yes.
It is a very busy pizzeria.
I think they take reservations.
No, they
no,
do
no,
not.
no. That's right. That's
So
why it's so busy.
you
No
could end up
reservations.
waiting for a table for
Hours.
a good while,
Mhm.
but it's worth it.
It is. The pizza's good. They have a good, well, They're also a brewery. So they have good beer on site too.
Yeah, I feel like what am I trying to say?
Brain fog.
It is. It
Yeah,
truly is brain fog. Their pizza, a lot of people say it's overrated, but it's worth it. And if
I
you
think
go,
they say it's overrated because they waited for an hour or more for it, but it is good pizza.
if you go earlier in the day
Mm-hmm.
and maybe have a dinner, you're going to find the crowds aren't as massive. And I think that's when we've hit it,
right.
like the 2 o'clock hour.
2 to 4 maybe.
And it's perfect because you can usually get in right away.
And day of the week in the summertime, day of the week doesn't matter. They're not slower any day.
Yep. Monica Lynn, Alaska My Heart.
Oh,
She says
hello.
hello. I'm going to just, this is going to help here.
Oh,
We have a watcher all the way from Melbourne, Australia.
howdy, mate. How are you?
Thank you.
That was a horrible attempt.
Don't even. By the way, guys, we just hit 11,000 subscribers over on our RVing to Alaska channel today. So I'm super
That's pretty amazing.
excited. 8 years on YouTube with this channel, and we just hit 11,000.
Woohoo! It's a slow grow, but
Big Family Expedition
Hey,
asks,
guys.
does the campground that the rally is going to be held at allow schoolies? Some campgrounds don't,
Ooh.
so I just want to make sure.
I don't believe they have restrictions on RVs.
No, you're going to find schoolies come up here to Alaska and camp almost everywhere. I don't think you're going to have that kind of problem like you would in the lower 48. But I'm pretty sure you guys will be okay.
Yep.
And I know that you have a whole slew of children. And the campground owners
they'll
have
love
a
that.
slew of children
they
too.
have their own kids too. So
And they take care of all the kids' activities. So it's really great. The kids are entertained and the adults are entertained and not necessarily together.
right. And if your kids like water, there's a river that runs through it. So it'll be a lot of fun.
Dawn says Moose Tooth Pizza and Broken Tooth Brewery. Yes.
That's it. That's correct. Dawn, thank you.
Douglas is asking when Madison's leaving for Alaska, and I could probably answer for him. I know he's normally comes up
May.
Madison always comes up in July.
Oh, he's late. That's right. He's late.
He likes to come up and stay later and enjoy the fall colors.
But I bet Madison has his own answer.
Yep. I'm sure he's already, but I just haven't got there.
Yep.
Linda says they stayed at Eagle River State Park and it was great in 2017.
Yeah, good.
We've heard that, and I think it's so close to our house now. I mean, it's
a 45-minute drive, so it's like
why
would we stay there?
It'd have to be very intentional.
Yes.
And I think we should maybe try to do that.
Just do that. Take the truck camper out there and go and hit Eklutna again, and then hit Eagle River and Girdwood somewhere, because we haven't camped in those areas specifically.
No.
So
Nancy Carey says beer places are good.
I agree, Nancy.
You know,
where do you want to go next?
I don't even drink beer, and I like beer places. So why not?
It's just the atmosphere.
Yep.
The food is always good. The atmosphere is great.
Jacqueline says Moose's Tooth Pub and Pizzeria is so worth the long wait line.
It is.
The Ulu factory is fun to go to. Make sure you try fireweed ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
We might have to go check out the Ulu factory.
We have fireweed ice cream up in Talkeetna.
Up in Talkeetna.
Yes, amazing.
I had a very bad reaction to it, so I'm a little afraid to try it.
I think that was the not the ice cream. Well,
the dairy.
The dairy.
I don't know, but
Anyway.
I had no problem with my fireweed jelly I made this year.
So it wasn't the fireweed.
No, I don't know what it was. Neva says go between lunch and dinner, and that's when we.
That's the best time to go.
Mm-hmm. All right, and it looks like Big Family Expedition and Linda are saying yay about our new subscriber count.
Good.
And Madison says whenever.
Whenever. I'm going to be there sometime.
Mm-hmm. Nancy
Can't
Carey,
wait to see
fall
you, Madison.
colors are best. He is leaving later, probably the last week of June. I'm planning on heading onto the Terry Waterfall Loop prior to reaching Fort Nelson.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Then he's going to head up to Alcan. Okay. We got all caught up in questions or comments.
So we're still...
real quick, too. Real quick.
She says real quick.
Two people have asked about Spirit.
Oh, shoot. Thank you. Thank you for asking about Spirit. It's been a tough couple of weeks. She real quick summary, she's doing very well. But we went through 2 days of surgery with her, basically. First day was cleaning out the polyps in her ear, and getting that kind of dealt with. And then a couple days later, we sent her in for mass removal and a full dental cleaning. So she had some sort of fatty mass underneath her front arm. And then she also had I don't want to be graphic or gross here, but she had a mass growing in her anal region.
Just say behind.
But not associated with the pooper. But
she had a lot of work done.
She had a lot of work done, and there were a couple of days where the night after surgery we didn't get any sleep. She was a needy girl. She was doing her husky howl, whining all night long and whining.
Even Sophie climbed into bed with us.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm tired
can't
of this.
sleep.
But
she's
now
doing much
she's
better.
doing much better. We've got her on actually pain medications are done. We're done with those, and we're on to antibiotics, and she's kind of doing very well and back to herself. She's got some playful spirit in her. That's didn't mean to say it that way.
She's back to a stubborn Siberian.
Yes, herself.
Very much.
Yep. But for a 13-year-old little girl, she's doing pretty fine.
Very good. Nancy says we would make some fireweed ice cream if you like. I think she's stating at the rally because I know she's planning on coming.
Well, let's see. Yes, you could probably gather enough fireweed flowers in July for that. Yeah.
Okay, here's a question.
Okay.
My sister's flying in for a visit and she's into rock hounding. Any suggestions in the Anchorage area?
A flat top mountain, get you up there in the hills.
Yeah, you could go up there. There's some great hiking. I don't know if there's much rock.
Are we looking for different types of rocks and this and that? We're looking for gemstones and such. I don't know.
I would say for rock hounding, your best bet would be maybe down on the beaches in Homer looking for agates.
Right.
Other than that, no other.
Well, I mean, there's gold in some streams here and there, but
in Hope, you could take them to Hope, which we'll be discussing the Kenai in 2 weeks. But Hope, there is a recreational gold panning area.
That's true. Is it Savage Creek up there? I want to say
no, honey.
Oh, okay.
I don't know the name. It might be Hope River. I don't think it's Savage Creek.
We'll look when we get there.
We'll look.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll bet you. Uh-oh, what's she getting?
I'm not going to do it. I could look it up on the atlas right behind us. But yes, in the town of Hope, there is a little river that comes down, and you have to drive back.
That river. You have to drive back in the canyon.
Well, it is that river, but it's farther back.
Okay, we'll see. Maybe it's not the same one we're thinking of.
I don't think so.
You're right. It's probably not.
I don't know where you're thinking.
Anyways,
so that would be, finding places that allow gold mining. And there's really, truly only a few public recreational gold panning sites in the state, but that is one of them. So that could be an idea.
Yep. But yeah, as for rock hounding, I'm not sure if you just want to look for kind of cool heart-shaped rocks or, granite or whatever you want to look for. I'm not sure.
I think that means more like
gemstones and shit and stuff.
Oh, jeez. That's twice now. Stop.
H word and S word in one podcast.
Oh, I will say, Mr. sitting on the couch because of bum knee.
It really is horrible. Okay. I don't like it.
Getting back on track. Doug asks, we are leaving June 12th up to Banff Jasper, then heading to Fort Nelson. Maybe we can stay in contact. Oh, so he must be talking to Madison.
Okay, there you go.
Neva says, nothing specific. We're panning for gold. And Madison says, always hope.
Always hope, yes.
Okay.
Hope is nice.
Other things that we can do in Anchorage.
So in Anchorage, they do have several museums. There's a heritage museum and there's a cultural museum.
I think that's what you mean by heritage.
Maybe that's the same thing. Yes.
And then there's the big, Anchorage Museum, which again we've not done yet. We have left so many things to do ourselves.
We just need to do them sometime.
Also look on events. There's weekly
Hmm.
marketplaces in Anchorage, so where people bring in their garden. Um, what
Well, it's a homegrown, homemade kind of stuff.
oh,
Is that right?
it's been so long. What are those called?
Farmers market.
Farmers market. Yes.
Wow.
There's one at the Diamond Mall, usually every weekend,
Yep.
and then one in downtown, I believe at 4th Avenue.
Yeah, on 4th Avenue. Yes, right.
So
That area down by Humpies and such.
another really cool activity that happens every first Friday of the month, that night. There's tons of activities
Mhm.
in Anchorage, bands, outdoor festivities.
Festivities. There you go.
So that's some other things. Also in Anchorage, there are tons of parks and walkways. So if you like to bike, there's quite a few
Yep.
paths that you can follow that winds through the neighborhoods.
Yep.
And I was reading in the Anchorage travel guide, I think there's like 131 miles worth of paths,
I can see that.
bike
Well,
paths.
along the Parks
Or
Highway and the Seward Highway
no,
and
no, no,
such.
no, no. This is just
Just in
in
Anchorage. Oh, very
Anchorage.
good. Okay.
So there's lots of recreation. There's
Yeah.
lots of tours that you can do out of there.
The trolley tour.
Yeah, today's
Yep.
cover photo is the
Mhm.
trolley. In fact, he just reached out to me, and they're going to become a partner and
Ooh.
offer discounts
Very
to
nice.
our members.
So look for that coming up soon.
So I'm going to get that up on the
Okay.
website soon.
And that would be is that the dining tour or is that the
No.
historical tour
It's-
of Anchorage?
They just drive you around Anchorage and give you all the sights and
That's right.
sounds and take you to like Earthquake Park.
And there's also another guy who does the dining tours. Or no, what was it? The
Sights and
Sights and
Bites.
Bites. Yes, Sights and Bites.
That's another tour company we met when we were up in Fairbanks,
Yep.
and it kind of sounds a lot of
Kinda-
fun.
He's gonna do some theme things too. It sounds like.
Yeah.
So we'll dig into that more too.
Yep.
One thing Anchorage
airport.
doesn't have. I'm going to jump into this one real quick. But one thing Anchorage doesn't have very much of is RV parking.
That is true. It's about 2 parks.
2 or 3 RV parks.
RV parks,
Yep.
and I think like one
One campground.
campground.
And that's why we don't suggest you stay there because, well, one, the campgrounds or RV parks aren't in favorable locations. There's
One's right next to the train tracks
and the
and
other-
the rail yard.
and there's a homeless population near another one. So it's not the best place to stay. And that's why we always suggest staying either
lot of
Matsu
people-
or Eagle River.
A lot of people that have stayed down at Ship Creek, that's Ship
Mm-hmm.
Creek,
Not what I said
that's
earlier.
down by where I said the railroad tracks are. They say the park is very nice.
Yes.
And honestly, our train yard isn't extremely busy because the trains they do leave early in the morning and come in late at night.
So
But
if you're trying to sleep,
It's not all day long
Yeah.
clanging
clanking.
and banging. But just so you know, you could have
Mhm.
some noise pollution by staying there.
And during fishing season, when the salmon are in Ship Creek, it is very busy with fishermen. And
Yes.
actually kind of cool to watch. I mean, it's just that's where your
Combat fishing.
fishing comes into play. Yeah.
Madison's adding to the conversation. The
Good.
Golden Nugget, that's the one that's in town,
Mm-hmm.
tends to get caravans, so it
Yep.
can be full.
It can be full quite often.
Question regarding Girdwood area. Is there anything to do at Alaska in the summer?
There is.
And there is. You
Yes.
can camp for free. Not free. Take that back. You can park in their parking lot. I think it's $20 a night, and you can boondock there
Mhm.
on resort property at the ski hill. And Girdwood is a hopping little place.
It is.
all year
There's
round.
a lot of restaurants, and there are a couple breweries, and there's some distilleries, I believe, there too.
They have quite a couple
Yep.
of festivals
Yep.
each year or throughout the summer. So it's something We've only ducked into Girdwood once.
The gondola does run year-round, weather permitting, and there is a restaurant at the top of the gondola that, from what I understand, we haven't been there, is absolutely amazing quality food and amazing atmosphere.
The one thing I might add to that, though, is the gondola is spendy. I believe it's around $50
Yes,
per person for your round trip.
yes.
But I believe you do have some credits towards dining
Mhm.
or drinks at the top at the restaurant or cafe at the
It,
top.
it's definitely the
So
experience. It gets you up there. I forgot how high in elevation it is, but you're looking all over the Turnagain Arm and down towards Anchorage, and it's a beautiful, beautiful view.
it's
I
our local ski area
I
in the
believe
winter.
they do offer some mountain bike trails. I can't confirm that 100%, but I believe they have lift assisted mountain biking there too.
I'm not positive, but I know you can hike.
You can hike and
Yeah.
bike there.
Someone says, I can kind of help Neva about the rocks. I'm from
Oh, good.
Michigan and I rock hunt. The rocks that I collected from Alaska when I tumbled them fell apart. Well, poo.
Wow, that's interesting. Wonder if not enough compaction, not enough time under heat and pressure.
I don't know.
I don't know. Just making
Strange.
things up.
Neva says Ship Creek Overlook is a great place to view the salmon.
Yeah,
And it is.
Yep, it's kind of a cool place. Yep. You're a bit ago you were talking about the airport.
Yes, talk about visiting the airport.
So thank you. You were
I thought it was cool.
There is is it a park? Is it called Airport Park? I'm not sure. But there's an area you can go to and watch the big planes
I believe it's
come in.
Earthquake Park.
Earthquake Park. And you watch the big planes come in. And Anchorage is one of the busiest airports in the world for cargo. So all these planes that are flying over the Pacific
Huge.
Ocean to Asia, they all stop at Anchorage or in Anchorage to refuel and continue their flight. So there's these big 747 cargo containers and all these MD, whatever the heck the bigger one is, planes flying in, and it's really cool to watch. They come in low and on a landing and approach, and it's just awesome.
If you enjoy looking at planes
We
and
do.
aviation, it's kind of neat.
It is kind
So
of neat. Yep.
a lot of people go out there and just watch.
Well, and
Their approach is literally they're coming right over
right
you.
over you, and then the views there are pretty awesome too. You're looking over the Cook Inlet, and you can see all the way across the way towards the Aleutian chain, where the Aleutian chain starts, and there's 3 volcanoes on a clear day that you can see predominantly.
Well, and also from there, if it is a clear day,
Oh,
you
you can
can
see
see
Denali.
Denali.
Yeah,
So it's a
offers some
great
amazing
viewpoint
views.
from there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yes, you're 100 miles away, but
You can still see
you
her.
can claim that you're a part of the 30% club.
Mm-hmm.
Don's been there.
Don's been there. He's seen Denali a couple times from
Yep.
a couple different spots.
Yep. Don says, we looked at Anchorage and decided to stay in Palmer instead.
Yep.
The day tripping was a good trade-off.
Absolutely.
And I agree. It's an easy drive from the valley. Depending where you are, it's 45 minutes to an hour.
Yeah.
From our house, because we're a half an hour north, it takes us 1 hour and 20 minutes from our house to the airport. So give you an idea.
Yeah, 120 to 130. Yeah.
No, it's 120. We've picked up enough people. I
Yeah,
figured that
yeah.
one out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's 1:15 to get us to downtown.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
She knows best.
What
family.
were the coupon books that you mentioned a few weeks ago?
Oh,
I
we
want to
have
look
those.
more into those.
Where are they? You get them? You got them. They're still here. Northern Lights.
Now, keep in mind, these
Yeah.
books are the old books. They change every year, but I keep them on hand so you know what
Mhm.
they look like. This is the Northern Lights coupon book, and this is like your entertainment book that you're used to down in the lower 48.
Mhm.
You're going to get a little of everything in this book.
It's for the person who's going to be here for a long time. It has the haircuts and the oil changes and the daily stuff that you might need.
Yep. So there's
Well,
sections.
some tours too.
There's some, yes.
Yeah.
So their sections are dining certificates and specialty cuisine, casual dining, espresso and tea, out of town dining, auto.
Out of town dining. Is this all of Alaska, though, isn't it?
Yes, but it's color coded. I'm just reading
I
what
know.
they wrote. And then auto, health and services and more, and then recreation and entertainment. So this is great if you want an oil change or you need a haircut, things like that. You can go online and see the type of coupons that are available. Every year this changes. They went through an owner change, new ownership a couple of years ago. So because during that time a couple of years ago when no one came to Alaska because of
Something.
yeah, um, they stopped producing this book. In fact, I think in 2019 this book wasn't available. So the new owners, they're awesome, and they decided to revive it. And so they are working with companies. Every year they get more and more coupons back. So
there's a lot of stuff in there, a lot of your daily needs and
this
restaurants
one,
and
I
coffees.
believe, is around $50 or $60.
Right.
We have a code on our discounts page that gets you free shipping to the lower 48. So it's saving you like $5 off. So
Perfect.
that's nice.
Nice.
And then the Alaska Tour Saver.
Mm-hmm.
This one is purely pretty much about recreational activities.
Right.
They are starting to, this book is really, it's from 2018, but now they're doing like, they have airline certificates, like Alaska Airlines. So if
Wow.
someone's got to fly in or out for something,
That's good.
but a lot of tours. This one's a little bit harder if you are a solo traveler, however.
But now they're starting to offer percentage discounts versus 2
Some,
for 1.
It's a mix.
Yeah.
But this is where you're going to get a lot of both of them. You're going to save a lot. This book is about $100 each. I'm not sure what this year's pricing is, but if you get it and if you use it, usually in one use, you will have made your money back.
You can generally get a buy one get one free kind of thing, like an airline flight, or I'm not an airline flight, but a flight tour or a train tour or something like that. A buy one get one, and then it's paid for.
Yeah, we did the Discovery tour up in Fairbanks, the Gold Dredge and the Riverboat Discovery cruise, and that was buy one get one. And then we also used it for Mahays jet boats.
Yeah.
And so it quickly adds up the savings and it pays for itself.
In just a use or two.
All right, so we've answered that one.
Good.
Neva says there's a Cabela's that you can boondock in Anchorage. Yes. Now, just so you know, Anchorage does have an ordinance where you cannot overnight within the city limits.
And that is to
at a
include
business.
the Walmarts and such in Anchorage. No overnight parking in Walmart.
And how Cabela's gets around that, I don't know.
know.
But it has been abused at the Cabela's.
Yes.
And by the way, Bass Pro Shop, you absolutely cannot overnight at.
No.
But Cabela's, you can. But they ask one night only, and do go in and
Check
get
in.
permission.
Please check in.
And then also, if you do spend a little,
go into Cabela's and use the store. You know you need something from Cabela's. I mean, come on.
it's just as a courtesy. You know, just like if you're at a Harvest Host location, you're supposed to buy something from that host. And so we always recommend the same with Cabela's. Cabela's you can drive through there and there can be a lot of rigs.
But, you know, we also do really, really, really hard, we ask you not to stay over more than one day.
No.
It's a stopover thing. You stop there, you do your shopping in town, and you get out.
Sometimes in the past, we've gone
it.
through and we've seen the same RV parked there all summer long.
I remember in 2019, that one fifth wheel there, I think it was a fifth wheel, that was there for all summer.
And that's what ruins it for all of us. And at some point, they could just say no more overnight parking. And I feel like that Cabela's is close to doing that.
Yeah.
So that's why we always say, if you do use Cabela's, which it is a very nice Cabela's.
It is.
Don't abuse it. Stay one night and move on.
Yep.
Golden Anniversary says we base camped at Matsu River Park in Palmer for Anchorage and had no regrets.
Yes.
That's a
great
nice
place.
little park just outside of Palmer, as if you're going towards the Butte.
Yeah.
All right. We caught up on questions again.
Good. Uh-oh.
What else can we talk about? Girdwood. There are some boondocking spots alongside the Seward Highway as you're making your way towards Girdwood.
This would be along the Turnagain Arm, which is a arm off the Cook Inlet. Offers some amazing, beautiful scenery. And if you time it right, you get a chance to see some boar tide action,
Mm-hmm.
and amazing sea life and possibly beluga whales.
Yep.
There's a
It
lot
can
of options and opportunities within that area.
it can be quite windy though
It
on the
can be.
Turnagain Arm,
Yes.
so know that you could be rocking and rolling.
Mhm.
Uh,
And there's a
At
lot
one of
of
those
there are a
spots.
lot of pullouts there, and I know some of them have the sign that says no
No
overnight
camping.
parking. Please abide by those. But if there is a pullout that has no sign that doesn't say anything, then go ahead and stay overnight
Yep,
for a night.
absolutely.
But don't get all set up.
I've said it before too. Always, if you are a Boondockers Welcome member, check them out because more and more
Yep, there's a lot
Alaskan
more.
hosts are becoming available, as is Harvest hosts.
Mhm.
I had a moment, and then you were talking about the beluga whales, and I lost
Oh,
it again.
yeah, because they're so
Oh.
amazing that it distracted you.
Along the Turnagain Arm, there's also the possibility of seeing sheep right alongside the road, which is
Mhm.
kind of cool. There's
Right in the Beluga Point area specifically.
yes.
Yes.
Is it Beluga Point or Bird Point? Beluga.
Beluga, the first one,
Beluga.
yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's quite a few restroom stops along that
I'd
stretch of the
say
highway.
two.
So
No.
that's one thing that you don't see a lot on our roads, but with us, we have our RVs, so usually our bathroom is
Right, just to find a pull off and you can take care of it.
hanging out behind us.
Mhm.
I'm trying to think of other boondocking
So-
locations.
Well, there's quite a few pullouts along there, both off to the right on the water side and off to the left on the in mountainside, I guess I could say.
Let's go down to Portage. Let's talk about Portage.
Well, how about I want to say Bird Creek first, real quick. Is
Okay.
there's a campground there, state park. Is it a state park campground at Bird Creek?
There's a couple. Yes.
a couple of campgrounds right there.
It's Alaska State Parks
Parks,
because
and
that's part of Chugach.
probably not the largest camping sites, but there are some camping opportunities there. And Bird Creek is a very, very popular salmon fishing creek as well. I think mainly silvers, and it's kind of cool to go see. That's kind of you get into your combat fishing area again too, and if you're lucky, you can see black bears and brown bears.
Really
all along with the fishermen.
Really popular at the end of July and the
Yes.
beginning of August
Yep.
is when that run usually comes in.
Mhm.
In the spring, you're going to see a lot of the locals hooligan fishing.
Yep.
That's actually farther down
down,
at 26 mile,
20 mile
20 mile bridge.
20 mile bridge.
But that's always fun to watch, stop
Mhm.
and watch. Also, you might see along the Turnagain Arm windsurfers, which is kind of neat.
Yes, that's pretty cool.
One warning, I do want to say, if you are out stopped by the Turnagain Arm or even in Anchorage area, be very careful. Those are mud flats
Oh, within the waters of the Turnagain Arm.
of Turnagain
Yes,
Arm.
yes.
The mud flats are very silty and
Silt,
it's
okay.
almost like quicksand. And unfortunately, lives have been lost by people going out thinking that it's like a beach.
Right.
And they get sucked into the mud and it's like cement. There's no way to get you out, the suction.
Yep.
In fact, the local search and rescue has a special device developed
Mhm.
specifically to rescue from this situation if you get caught in it. Unfortunately, depending where you are,
It's
they may
time
not-
is critical.
they may not get to you in time
Mhm.
because the Turnagain Arm has some of the largest tidal swings in the world. I think it's
well over
second.
20 feet.
I think it's 28 to
Yeah,
30 feet
correct.
tidal swings.
Yeah, right. 30 feet. Yeah.
So the water rushes in and the water rushes out,
Mhm.
and they don't have much time to save you.
The fortunate thing about all that is there is very, very little easy access to those flats.
That is, yeah, but some pullouts,
Yep.
there are
Some
people
pullouts you
that
can get down
walk
there.
down, and it
Mhm.
looks enticing, especially if the tide is out and you just see all this sandbar. You're thinking, oh, let's go out and look at the tidal pools. Please don't.
Don't. No.
Unfortunately, last spring or late spring,
spring.
early summer, a 19-year-old young man got caught in the sand and he perished. So, and it took a full 24 hours to wait for the tidal swings.
The tide came in before they could get to him.
Yeah, to free him from the mud. So,
Mhm.
we want you to go home to your friends and family after your trip. So, please, especially if you have little kids or even as adults, do not go out on our tidal mud flats. Same goes for the Kinnick arm.
Yep.
Same type of mud. It's just not as accessible over there, so you don't hear about things happening on the Kinnick side as much as on the Turnagain side. And this is both sides of the Turnagain arm. So we're talking over on Hope as well
Girdwood
as
area.
along Girdwood.
Yep. And that another reason, another indicator of all that is there's no boats. You see very, very, very few boats in that area because it's very, very shallow. And there is so much current on the inflow and the outflow of the tides. It's very difficult to navigate. And it's just a place that you shouldn't go, I guess.
No, I think we've seen one boat in all our years.
And that was on
the Hope side,
which is actually the deeper channel.
Yep. Doug asks, we'll be in Soldotna and Eagle River the first 10 days of August.
Good.
Those are very far apart from one another.
Yep.
What will the weather be like?
August?
We've said this in the past. So most of Alaska, everywhere that's not interior, our warmer, drier season is June to mid-July. And then mid-July on through August is usually our rainier season.
Right.
So truly, anywhere in Alaska, you can expect anything. Anywhere from rain to hot to snow, flurries. I'm not going to say a lot of snow.
No, not down low.
We have had, like in other parts of Alaska or the Yukon in August.
We've had snow around.
Or even in July. I think July 25th, a couple of years ago, they had a freak snowstorm. It can happen. So be prepared for everything.
However, with our summers, the way they've been going, it's unpredictable. I mean, every summer in the last 4 summers,
completely different from one another.
Every summer has been different.
So
as a general rule,
you need to be prepared for everything. And the other thing I'm going to mention is, regardless of what it's doing, you still need to just get out
and do it. Just get out and
bring
enjoy
your
time.
rain gear. So if it's raining, you're going out in the rain.
Yep.
Bring some heavier duty winter clothing.
Yeah.
Or layer up.
Get multiple layers going. Insulate base layer, insulation, and then shell, and just make sure you have your proper layers.
I will say, in 2017, when we came up as visitors, we had pretty decent cold weather gear with Gore-Tex liners, and we layered up. And if you do, say, a glacier tour,
you're gonna need it.
It's cold on those glaciers, like over in McCarthy, and having those layers will keep you warm, which will keep you comfortable, which will keep you happy.
Yeah.
You can always remove layers as need be, but
if you don't have it to put it on, it's not as fun.
Don't let the weather dictate what you're doing, because you'll be sitting in your RV almost every day if it's been like the past 2 summers we've just had.
And we were having conversations with friends and neighbors yesterday, and new weather patterns supposed to be coming in end of March and changing the summer season and this and that. So, I'll believe it when I see it. They're saying it's supposed to be warmer, drier. Who knows?
I'm in shorts today. It was over
44 degrees, I think it was today. No rain, thank God, but 44 degrees.
I went to the post office to send off some RVing to Alaska decals. Oh, by the way, plug that.
Might as well.
We have decals still, $10 each. But I went to mail some off today. In fact, Big Family Expedition, there's one in the mail today.
Good job.
But I went in my shorts, and no one said anything because it's like summer.
Well, let's just put a reality check into here. What was it? Less than 2 weeks ago, we were at 30 below zero. So 30 plus 40 is 70-degree difference in 2 weeks.
Yep.
Isn't that crazy?
Madison says fall starts by the end of August, and I would actually
Yeah.
mid-August.
Mid-August, mid to the end.
The leaves start changing mid-August, and by usually September 1st, they are really at their peak.
Yeah.
With the oranges and yellows, and probably by September 15th, they're starting to
The
fall.
leaves are falling down. Yep.
So it's interesting. As you may know, selfish plug, we started a second YouTube channel just to do our Alaska life content. And I've been putting up all of our videos from the past since moving here, and seeing the seasons change and how early the leaves do start falling.
Yep.
And when it starts getting dark. And even like right now, in the past 2 years, in February, about this time, we had this false spring where it got in the 40s, and it was 55 in the Connect Valley the other day.
A week ago, when we had another 40-degree spell here, it was 55 degrees up by the Connect Glacier, which is just, what? That's a huge, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
February.
Fool's spring.
Yep, fool's
You're
spring.
a fool if you think it's spring, but here I am wearing shorts.
You're a fool.
Golden anniversary. Besides rain gear, we had full body mosquito suits. They worked very well and only cost $20. Again,
Perfect.
no regrets.
So,
and at the very least, I recommend
headgear.
a head net.
You have it here somewhere? Or it's
Oh,
over, it's over
I
there.
see them over
Yeah.
there.
You know, if you have a lightweight shell jacket, that generally will serve purpose as a bug repellent as well, and then put the head net on, and you should be good.
I would say, keeping it on topic, in Anchorage, you don't need this as badly as up in the mountains.
No, not so much.
Or
No,
anywhere
not
else.
at all.
Really.
I mean, Anchorage is big town.
city.
The bugs aren't hanging out there. It's not until the forested areas where all the brush and stuff is, grasses.
So this is a head net, and this is really all you need, because you want to keep them out of your nose, out of your eyes,
off your
your
head,
mouth.
off your head.
Should
There
I?
you- Oh,
should
there
I?
you go.
There we
You're
go.
going in for it.
And then you just tuck your clothes, and it works.
Yep.
Is,
And then you
does
can-
that look for me?
Yeah, it's great. I do suggest wearing like a hat with a bill on it, so it kind of keeps it off of your face a little bit. But yeah, they're very nice to have.
But it just, little pouch. I mean, put it in your pocket, and you always have it if you need
Yep.
it. There's only been a couple of instances where we've actually, but they don't go back as easily.
If you
where
take
we've
the time, if
actually
you take
needed
a
it.
minute, they do go back.
Well,
in there.
I'm not going to take that
I
minute
know.
right now. I don't think they'd appreciate that.
Yep.
Okay. So, yes. But yeah, you can find some pretty affordable
Hey,
ways.
when you guys overnight at Cabela's, I'm sure they'll have all of that bug gear for you.
Yes. Absolutely. When does 23-hour daylight change to dark skies? Well, first of all, we don't have 23 hours of daylight here in the Anchorage area or south.
It's about 20,
No, more like 19.
maybe.
I think, well, it never gets dark. Like, we lose our stars come mid-April.
Is it called civil twilight over all night? And is that what it is?
No, because it hits a point where it's just daylight.
We go beyond.
Yeah. But we lose our stars in middle of May, and they come back, trying
In
to think here, around late July, August 1st is when we start seeing stars. And then our first time seeing aurora, and it's really weird, it's been almost every day, the same day
Yep.
every year,
The
is
fifth-
around August 17th.
17th or something like that. 15th,
And
17th.
up in Fairbanks, their aurora season actually officially starts August 15th. So that's when it's dark enough skies where the stars return and it gets dark.
Yep.
But yeah, up here it's about, I think, 19 hours
Of daylight.
in
Well,
Anchorage.
That's what they said, daylight, but the nighttime doesn't we're saying, doesn't get dark.
No,
It's
it's like sunset all night long.
dusk all night long.
It's
Albenglow almost on it all night long.
And once you get up here, your body will adjust in about 2 weeks, and you'll get used to it.
It's weird. It really
Yeah.
is.
We've been watching some of your videos from your 2017 trip,
Oh, way
and that
back.
intro song in the videos is amazing. I need to know who did that for you. Oh, is that the Gary, Stacy, Spirit, and Sophie? I did that. Fiverr. Fiverr is an amazing thing for creators.
Yeah.
I think I paid a total of $40 for that jingle.
So that was it's an app you use to submit. This is my job, and this is what I want. Here's
Yeah.
my parameters, and it goes out. It gets farmed out to somebody around the world.
Yeah, usually like India or something like
somewhere.
that. But I've used it for several things. So this decal I made, but
I think last year's was a Fiverr, wasn't it? So these guys are somewhere around the world. They're just creators and artists around the world or wherever that take the job and try it out.
Our RVing to Alaska logo, that was a Fiverr purchase. I think I got that for $5. So it's amazing. For anyone that might have a travel brand and you want to make a little decal for yourself, that's what you can do.
But that little jingle, that it has stuck in our head for, it's in our head forever. And it's kind of cool. It's kind of neat. And really, thank you for watching those. I really appreciate that. That's a long time back.
Let's see. Tiny home. We went to Alaska in 2016 and found out there were no boondocking spots available on the Denali Highway during hunting season. Every spot was taken.
Oh yeah, nothing available. They're all there. There's plenty there. They're just taken.
That is prime camping for the locals because they are there to fill their freezer.
End of August, you will not find a spot to pull off the Denali Highway.
The hunting season starts August 25th.
Yeah, I believe right in that area,
or around there,
around there.
September 1st.
Yeah.
So if you are staying late, do know that some of the more remote areas will be hard to find boondocking. Because yes, the locals, they hit them hard because
we get out there and
the hunting grounds.
Yep.
So, what else have we missed? Is there anything? We're pretty close to our hour.
Getting there.
That's good to know about Fairbanks. We will be there 8/24. So good chance to see the Northern Lights. Yes, absolutely.
Yep. And there, I think I mentioned it before, but excuse me. Flat Top Mountain. If you can find your way to Flat Top Mountain, is a great viewing area for aurora.
In Anchorage, yes.
In Anchorage, yes.
But he's going to Fairbanks.
Oh, he said Fairbanks. I was hearing Anchorage.
One thing I might say is if you are wanting to see the aurora and you're, say, in Fairbanks at the right time, I would highly suggest hooking up with an aurora tour company because, one, they know where to go. Two, they can actually show you the aurora because a lot of people, they don't understand what they're looking at when they first see it. The aurora with the naked eye just looks like clouds. It's whitish,
greenish.
Sometimes if it's stronger, it's green or maybe a little pink, but it does not look anything like you see on photographs. And that's because cameras have way more capability of seeing the colors that our eyeballs cannot. So going with a tour, you'll be guaranteed to get that bucket list shot of you with the aurora.
I'm not going to say guaranteed. I wouldn't say guaranteed.
Okay,
there is weather that can affect.
I'm saying for them taking the picture versus a pro taking the picture.
Yes.
You'll have a better chance going with an aurora company. And true, we did it we were on an aurora tour in September when we flew to Coldfoot, and that's going to be coming up here shortly on RVing to Alaska for a video.
That's a good video.
I've started the edit on it, but everyone on the tour except for us were staying longer to see the aurora, and we know for a fact there was no aurora that night.
Aurora was present, but there was too many clouds.
Yeah, it's not a guaranteed thing. It is a gamble. All right, I think.
So did we talked about Girdwood a little bit?
Portage.
Portage. They're
the Willowa campground is a great state campground. It is dry camping, but it's fairly inexpensive. There's senior discounts there, and the campground is huge.
So this is on Portage Road, which is as you take the Seward Highway around the Turning Arm, it's a little finger that takes you towards Whittier.
Yep.
And it follows
Before the tunnel.
And it follows along the Portage River. And the Willowalk campground is amazing. And there are also a couple of pull-offs you can take for your own boondocking sites.
Yeah.
They're small. They're normally fairly small, 1 or 2 rigs only. But
check the
pretty cool.
iOverlander app. They'll show you where those are at.
We found one that had actually a little teeny campground with some red salmon swimming up the little stream. It was
spawning.
Yeah. It was pretty cool.
And the start of the zombie fish.
Yeah. They were almost zombies, not quite.
Yeah.
No, they were zombies.
Pretty much, yeah. It was right before we made our
there's
exit.
quite a few little boondocking areas along Portage Road on your way to Whittier. And then there is the whole Portage Lake. Is it a day use area?
There's a visitor center there.
Visitor center and such with a boat access to the glacier.
There's a cruise you can take.
Yep.
We'll go into Whittier more when we do the Kenai.
There you go.
So we'll stop here at the bridge.
Yeah.
Or at the tunnel.
At the tunnel.
But so yeah, for boondocking, I think we pretty much covered most of the boondocking spots to help you out. There are no RV parks south of Anchorage between Portage and Anchorage. It's just that Bird Creek campground in Willowa. And they're both dry camping.
And
There's
those
no hookups.
established campgrounds. There are a few pull-offs you can boondock
Full boondocking,
in.
Yeah. Dawn has a question.
Dawn has a question. Okay.
Is there any chance of seeing Aurora when we stay at Denali National Park around Labor Day? We'll be at Tech, Savage River, and Riley over 9 nights. So Labor Day is the end of August. So yes, it's possible.
Right.
You do have dark skies there. Depending where you are. So Tech, yes, because you have a northern sky.
Right. And when you're in Tech, if you get out to the riverbed right there and you have a huge viewing opportunity from the river.
And same with Savage, I think you have a better chance. And Riley Creek, you're
tight in the trees.
You're tight not only in the trees, but you've
mountains.
got tall mountains all around you. So you need a good
open area to the north.
Well, and that time of year, I mean, they can still be.
It could be straight
direct above.
Yep.
So yes, you have a good chance because you will have dark skies then. All right. Any other last minute questions about Anchorage, Eagle River, or Girdwood? Nope. None?
Hearing none?
So next time we come and visit with you will be March something. Let's see. I think it's March 4th because
that's a fun day.
Anybody know what's going on Friday, March 1st?
That's not good for. I don't know what's happening Friday, March 1st.
Oh, come on now. What's March 1st, Gary?
That's April 1st.
No. March 1st.
Is Good Friday?
Tickets go on sale.
Oh, shoot. Tickets go on sale. RVing to Alaska Rally, March 1st. Tickets.
So Friday morning at 10 a.m. Alaska Standard Time. So that would be 2 p.m. Eastern.
She's working hard on this, guys.
Tickets will go on sale for our 2024 RVing to Alaska Rally in Tulsona at the Tulsona Wilderness Campground. We're super excited to take over the campground from Sunday afternoon through Wednesday night. And then everybody's got to say adios on Thursday. But we're looking forward to lots of fun activities.
Yep.
We've got the band booked.
Oh, I said it last time.
Yeah,
we got the band. We got the food.
We got the food booked.
We talked about the food too. Who that is, right?
We've got one of the tour groups, tour companies in Copper Center.
Is that the one where we're doing this?
Yep, fishing
and how about the one where we're doing this?
Whitewater rafting, and I'm still trying to work on some flight tours.
That'll be new this year. Flight tours.
So we've got some amazing sponsors that have really come up to the plate and
oh my gosh,
hit a home run.
Yes.
So we're going to have a great rally. We're really excited. So tickets go on sale in 2 weeks on Friday.
Wow, 2 weeks.
Less than 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So pay attention. Go to rv2akrally.com. to learn more, and that will put you through to however I set up to do the ticket sales.
And this is just an amazing opportunity for you guys to settle down with your fellow travelers and relax and get to know each other a little
Look
bit
at
better
all these
and
people
establish
knew.
that community.
All these people knew what March 1st was, and you didn't. You are so.
Well, I have something else on my yeah. March is not going to be a good month.
We
for
buy
me.
tickets.
Good. Please do. And it's going to sell out. It really will sell out quick. So
Well,
be diligent about
campsites will sell
that.
out.
Powered campsites will sell out.
Powered campsites will probably sell out within the morning. And then we'll have non-electric and rally. Rally parking is like group parking.
Right.
In a field, and you'll just go in and park and kind of make your own campsite.
We got 2 areas for that, and they're huge.
Yeah. So, but yes, tickets go on sale in less than 2 weeks.
So
I'm a
if
little
you guys
freaked out.
are going to the rally, and if you guys can,
oh wait, hold on real quick.
Oh,
Linda asks, do we get tickets off of the Tulsana site? No.
No.
Tickets will be on sale at
Very important.
RV2AKRally.com. Or RVingToAlaska.com. It will take you there. Okay, now you may speak.
If you can maintain in your RV for 4 to 5 days with no problem, if you're solar, you just got a great battery packer, and you don't need power, maybe save the electric site for somebody else who does need it and opt for a boondocking site. I'm just trying to help other people that may need the power to get in.
Here's the other thing too, is we are going to allow generator hours.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
you can run a generator between during daylight hours. And if you need, there is a dump site and water available on site. So
limited Starlink availability within the powered sites.
That's just because very tall trees.
Very tall trees. If you do need a Starlink access, then you more than likely will have better options in the boondocking areas.
Yeah, but it just
There's
depends
some
on
areas.
the site.
Yes.
I can't guarantee where we're going to put everyone.
Right.
But if you can't get Starlink at your site, I'm sure someone nearby can let you use their service.
Sure.
Or the campground has Wi-Fi too.
Yep.
So, all right. Well, we have hit an hour. Thank you so much for dealing with my fog brain, my brain fog.
She's been the last 2 or 3 weeks amazingly busy.
This new YouTube
working on
channel,
Living Free Alaska.
putting a video out a day for 2 weeks now. I don't know how people that do a daily. They have people.
They have people that do it,
and I'm just me. So this new channel, though, I'm really excited. It's bringing people over to RVing to Alaska. It's RVing to Alaska people have gone to the new channel. This new channel has exploded. We're over 2,700 subs in 2 weeks.
Monetized in 5 days. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't have said that, but wow, I'm still crazy. Wow.
We found a new audience that loves our Alaska life content, but we're gonna still bring you RVing content,
and we're still here for you guys. Absolutely.
Yep, you guys are my number one priority.
You guys are what started us.
Absolutely.
This is it. So,
absolutely.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight. And
Neva says, slow down, get some rest.
Well,
once I get done all with the daily uploads.
When the sun never sets, close. You don't get any rest.
That's true. Summer's coming. Yay.
Yes.
All right, guys, we will see you in 2 weeks where we talk about the Kenai Peninsula.
Hey, let's talk about it. 2 weeks. Is that March 4th?
Yeah, I believe it is. I started to go there to verify.
Right.
Yes. And you may only have
You might only have Stacy because I may be somewhere else.
Gary may be having surgery on his knee. It's scheduled for that day, but he hasn't decided if he's doing it.
I probably should.
The other thing I'm thinking, we're going to have, some of it might be pre-recorded just because we're having friends coming up who is a moderator on RVing to Alaska.
Yeah, Hillary and Lars are coming up.
And Hillary is one of our moderators and they live in Soldotna.
And that is Iditarod weekend.
Yep. So I'm thinking if I can have her sit down and do a little chat from a local that lives down there, that would be
awesome.
Extra bonus, and especially if he's not on camera. in 2 weeks.
Hey, she could join you on camera.
No, because they're going home on Monday.
Well, dang it.
Unless we can talk them to stay one extra day.
Maybe so.
Maybe.
Hillary, if
Hillary?
you're watching,
I know she's
you want to
gonna
do Monday
watch.
Night Live? Yeah.
So, all right. Well, we will see you on Monday, March 4th.
I mean,
Check us out on our other channel if you like Alaska life content at Living Free Alaska. And get your RVing to Alaska stickers, $10
Yep.
at RVingToAlaska.com.
stickers, T-shirts, flags, coffee mugs, whatever you want, we got.
And March 1st, rally tickets go on sale.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you
See you
next
later.
time. Take care. Bye-bye.